Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Break the Rematch, which is a demo version of the game from the studio called Push Soft. The game is currently on Kickstarter, 28 days to go, 105 backers already. 7,000, almost $7,200 pledged. The goal is 32,000. Let's check out the demo. Hopefully it's good. Link to the Kickstarter in the description, by the way. Let's go. Right, I'm not capable of making ringing noises, so. An incessant alarm assaulted my ears as I barely raised my head from the pillows. The comfortable and enjoyable dream from before is too fresh in my mind. Okay, that's not something I can show. Reika Academy's history teacher, Professor Tohno. That's right, that's the person I was dreaming about. Being my latest catch, well, she felt to be the most satisfying from the bunch so far. Wow, well, and apparently she's lusty for me. My god. Alright, now it's getting even more interesting. I dream of my time as a student. Yes, I guess we all the men, I guess, had such a dreams, right? And maybe they had such dreams about certain teachers. What time is it? I look above the sheets, the old clock number seemingly staring back at me. The blur in my eyes slowly faded away as I tried to read the time. I see. It's already 6 AM. I need to get going. Oh, shut up, alarm clock. Alright, I'm going. Damn it, this thing is so loud. It's late. The alarm must have been ringing for over 30 minutes now. The thought of disciplining myself lingered as I got ready for today's assignment. It will be quite exciting, to say the least. What's that? The answering machine beeped every 2 seconds. Its light flickered, notifying me of a message. Curious of who left the message, I pressed the button to listen to it.
Shinn, I'm in. Mr. Akatsuki, all the paperwork is now organized. I need you come here after the classes are done. Club activities begin at 3:45 in the afternoon, which means you will have plenty of time to get here early.
So they delayed the schedule a bit. That's fine, the less people around the better. I began preparations for my first day of tutoring. This place is awfully calm after classes. I noticed there were very few students leaving, which was quite convenient for me. Like this, I wouldn't stand out as badly as I would have during the typical crowded hours. Seriously, it's like a ghost town over here. It's unusual there aren't many students around. I imagine it should become crowded soon. I let out a little smile as some certain thoughts came into mind. I shouldn't expose myself too soon. Laughing under my breath, I immediately went out to the principal's office. The meeting with the principal was long but simple. I was a bit disappointed it was some old man and not the sexy and mature woman like when I studied here. It does make sense that she retired, considering what happened. Well, that settles it. I chuckled to myself. The memories of what happened in the past never ceased to amuse me. Speaking of, I wonder if those students have arrived yet. Reika Academy. I think actually, no matter how you look at it, a lot of those schools are named Reika. Like in anime and so on. I feel like it's a common name for some reason. Is harem a real thing, or does it basically mean something or whatever? Now I'm curious. But considering my internet is shit again and it constantly disconnects again, I will not be able to check it now. And it pisses me off. I need to change the provider, really. Even before I graduated a couple of years ago, it feels like it was only yesterday. I've had a lot of good times in this place. It's changed quite a lot since then. There's plenty of material to select from, however. First, I should scout this place and get used to the schedules. They can't be any different from when I was here. During the meeting, the principal had told me there was a set of students he needed tutored in math. Alright, time to become the god of math. Apparently they all exceed in sports, but were simply helpless with numbers. Conveniently enough, all of them were female senior students close to finishing their studies. Which also might suggest they are over 18. Well, I guess it's natural for at least to suck at more complex subjects. How dare you! I looked at the schedule the person gave me earlier during our meeting. Let's see who I should check out first. Archery. This place feels alive, that's for sure. Yeah, I think you said it in a sarcastic manner. In the 2 years since I graduated, the archery club seemed to have grown a lot in membership. I remember it only having a dozen members. And I remember my internet working correctly. Now the other was filled with young students, most of which happened to be female. I couldn't help but laugh at the thought. The selection was so large I could finish my personal task right now. Not sure why, but I kind of get the idea that archery club would have more females than males. I don't know why, but it kind of synced in my mind. Oh. The continuous sounds of bows being drawn and released finally drew my attention to the sole figure actually shooting. I notice everyone is looking at the same student bearing a solemn expression on her face. Curious, I nose in, trying to catch as little attention as I can. Oh, pretty. I focused on the beautiful young woman. Her dark, raven hair flowed onto her shoulders. The headband in her gave out an aura of being old-fashioned, yet released a beauty that seemed too hard to ignore. Yep, I agree. The young woman showed a serious and cool expression. Her eyes were fixed only on the target. Without much effort, she gracefully drew the bow and released her shot. The arrow drew a perfect arc which hit the center of her target, 60 meters away. The students immediately cheered and clapped for her.
Just as expected from Miss Katsuragi. She is our best member for nothing. She is so beautiful. I wish I could be as skilled as Miss Katsuragi.
We're definitely going to win the regionals again for sure. I see, so she's the star of the archery club. Quite popular with the students at that. She was one of the students that the principal had listed for me. He was quite modest when he described her assets. Physical assets, to be exact. It's no question as to why everyone idolizes her so much. She's from the prestigious Katsuragi clan. Alright, internet. Katsuragi clan. Seriously? Why does it not freaking work? Alright. Alright, so it It's Firefox that is a piece of garbage. What was the name of the academy? Katsuragi clan was a Japanese aristocratic kin group during the Kofun period. Alright. Haruka Academy? Was it that? Reika Academy. It's one of the most highly advanced high school and college to the entire world. And there are still girls that suck at maths. Interesting. And apparently I'm the god of maths, I think. Anyway, I took a closer look at the girl, focusing on the ample curves of her assets. They were really noticeable despite wearing a monet, and a thick layer of clothes over her body. Very high class. She's worth being one of my interests. Katsuragi turned to look at the small audience of students who continued to cheer and praise her. She was like an idol in a traditional fashion. It took me a few seconds to notice that Katsuragi had her eyes fixed on me. I couldn't tell if it was because of simple curiosity or her version of condescension. The other students then did the same and everyone started to notice that I was present. This might be inconvenient. I stepped back for a second, keeping my cool before approaching the mature-looking Satsuki. Although she was clearly younger than me, she had an aura of maturity, like she was a woman ready for marriage. Good evening, Miss Katsuragi. Talk about a cold shoulder. Satsuki stood composed, staring at me with cold eyes. She didn't seem to actually be ignoring me, however. Based on my experience, most girls would be startled just by my sudden presence. Club members, especially their star members, tend to be too territorial. My apologies. I'm Shinn Akatsuki. I was assigned to be your tutor for one of your assignments. She tilted her head to the side, as if she was perplexed by me. This is becoming tiresome. Is there any chance for us to talk when you're less busy? Her face only changed, revealing a concerned frown.
What is the urgent matter you wish to speak with me about, Mr. Akatsuki?
I have to play this smoothly, don't screw up! I took a deep breath and showed off my most attractive smile. Well, this is in regards to your creative mathematics. I've come as a request from the principal. It's a form of social work in a sense.
I see.
The young woman remained calm, which resonated with everyone else in the dojo, including me.
So, are you the one our director told us about?
So he already told you.
I do not really see the need for such measures, but if he insists, I should have expected this. Club activities take so much time.
It's nothing out of the ordinary to take some time off for these subjects. Besides, if you fail them, then you'd have to give up your club activities anyway, no? She stared back with big gaze, revealing that she was slightly annoyed by me.
Listen, we have regionals very soon. I'm putting all my effort into this.
Indeed. Wouldn't it be more favorable for you, your team, and this academy for you to excel in your academics as well? Satsuki stared back at me in silence once more, visibly pondering in the very simple logic I had laid out to her. She's either dense or just trying to play me off. I might have to be more forceful with her if she gets too troublesome.
Can you ascertain that our club activities will not be interrupted due to this?
I just smiled back at her, trying to control my natural arrogance. Of course not. We've taken all this into consideration.
Very well. Can I expect you to get in touch with me soon?
Of course. I was given your information from the principal. I'm looking forward to it. I continued to smile and bowed my head as a gesture of respect. I shall leave you to continue. Wait, what? Alright, that sentence is weird. I shall leave to continue your activities then. Something like I shall leave to let you continue your activities then, Miss Katsuragi. Have a good day.
Likewise, Mr. Akatsuki.
With a single note, Satsuki mentally followed suit. That took longer than expected. It was quite worth it. I met a school's archery star who happened to be a complete babe. I bound to pursue her very soon. Who I should check out next? According to what the principal gave me, the next student I had to tutor was a member of the school's tennis club. Nice, we are getting called the sports girls. There are more guys than girls in this club. Back in my time, the club was nothing but babes. I had even gotten to do some of them. I mean, played with them on the court. I snickered to myself as I remembered the past while searching around the school grounds. Most of the players are only fooling around and not taking training seriously. It was obvious as they were pretty lazy in their practices. I looked at my watch and realized that maybe my next target wasn't around.
My, is that you, Mr. Akatsuki?
I felt like my heart stopped and time had frozen around me as I heard a faintly familiar voice. Well, start me the bones for is that the person knew who I was. Then again, it could be one of my teachers, but...
Hey, I'm talking to you, Shinn!
After a moment, I turned around facing the one calling out to me.
Who are you? Hey, Shinn, if you're going to be like that, at least try to hide the talent you've built in plain sight.
A chill went down my spine as I realized that it was none other than Ritsuko. I took out the principal's file and noticed the surname. Yasuhiro. I should have been more observant. I want to hit myself in the head for not realizing the fun soon enough. It made sense someone like Ritsuko would be failing at math. If I had realized you were going to be one of my students, I would have recommended someone else to be your tutor.
Oh my, Shinn, are you still heard about that?
This is going to be very problematic. I guess it makes sense. You were never good at math, and you certainly don't look like a particularly bright one.
What was that? You're playing with fire, boy. Are you trying to provoke me?
Ritsuko's expression changed. Her eyes grew narrow, and she wore an intense frown. Her yell caught everyone's attention, and they turned their gazes toward us. Careful there, Ritsuko. You don't want everyone in the club to think you're an airhead, huh? I could swear that Ritsuko popped a vein or two, but in reality, she only turned red due to embarrassment. Alright, I bet she's the one with the laughter. I bet. She closed her eyes, sighed, and looked at me again with that condescendingly smug face of hers.
You should watch your back, dude, Shinn. I know some things about you.
Huh. Damn, even if I don't want to, I still have to deal with this bitch if I want to proceed how I planned. Fine, what do you want? Ritsuko amped up her demeanor, her face being with pure contest. She bled an organs that made her look both vile and extremely seductive. I know she doesn't look seductive to me, to be honest.
I'll let you know when I need you, Shinn. But an animal like you should really know his own usefulness. I searched you before you bother anyone further.
She winked at me with these disdainful eyes. Fine, and I'll let you know about the tutoring later. I didn't bother giving any proper goodbye, so I simply left the tennis court. The swimming pool isn't too far from the tennis court, but I had to take a little detour in case Ritsuko was planning something. Now this is more like it. I met her days as I found myself with the most delicious sight so far. Several girls in tight blue school swimsuits, all strolling around and enthusiastically swimming across the pool. Their boosty, fit bodies were paralyzed for me. Their figures are all exposed and yet conveniently covered in their tight fabric. Basically safe for work. There's plenty of material to pick from here. There's only one person of interest for me here, however, and that was Aina Aozaki. That's a good name. The Aozaki part. I was amused at how the principal had been fawning over her when he briefed me. It was as if he had a thing for her. I hope she lives up to my expectations. You never know.
May I ask who you are?
Huh? A self-confident voice echoed behind me. Unlike that pitchy blonde, this voice was far more dignified and had a tone of kindness to it. Oh, nice! I turned around to find myself face to face with this blue-haired beauty. She had stunning eyes which matched her hair. Good evening! Good evening. She's actually quite a looker. What captivated me most was the confidence that she seemed to be exuding. It was soothing, but kept me on guard. It was as if she was berating me without a word, while also assuring me of everything. Are you thief? God damn it. Are you Phoebus? I know Zaki, miss. Indeed I am. With whom do I have the pleasure to speak with? She seems more approachable than the others. With this thought in mind, I smiled at her, bowing my head in return. I am Shinn Akatsuki. The principal assigned me to be your tutor. Is this regarding my recent grades? Yeah, it is, Miss Azaki. She had shut her eyes, and confidence grew in her posture as she began speaking. I can positively say that I can recover my own hunger. I understand the fact that this is our last year. I guess we can't really help it. Classes are definitely more important than just club activities. She seems like the best character. I know it's early to judge that, but she seems like that. You're quite wise, Miss Aozaki. Please, just call me Aina. Very well, Aina it is. Did you come all the way just to find me, Mr. Akatsuki? Hey, before anything else, just call me Shinn. God damn it, it's the best name. And indeed, I always try to be as proactive as possible. I like that. It means we won't be wasting too much time. You're quite concerned, the same as with Miss Katsuragi. Katsuragi? Is she going to be taking courses as well? I simply nodded back at her, Aina sighed, in response. That makes sense. Satsuki seems to give more importance to her club activities than her actual studies. And how about you? Well, I'm simply just not good at all with math. Even simple arithmetic makes me lose my patience. Aina, is something happening? Oh, okay. You know how I said I'm judging too early? I might really be judging too early because this one is the cutest so far. Suddenly, another person appeared, approaching Aina and standing beside her in front of me. You're doing some fighting, aren't you? The student before me was wearing a basketball uniform. Really? Basketball uniform, which despite its looseness over her body, still clung against her plump chest and toned curves. Alright, I really wouldn't have guessed. Technically she has the freaking arm bonds in this case, because it's not a wristband, definitely. But technically covers her wrist, so it's like a long wristband maybe, but it honestly... Right, I guess maybe it makes sense. But I think the shorts would be different for basketball. They are like super loose. Anyway, whatever. Good evening, Toko. The student called Toko stared at me for a second, as if perplexed, reminding me of how Satsuki looked at me previously. Noticing us, Aina laughed and smiled while she turned her gaze to me. Oh, this is Mr. Shinn Akatsuki. He is the tutor the principal told us about the other day. I see. So the principal didn't tell them anything beyond the fact that they needed tutoring. Pleased to meet you. Wait, you are Toko? Oh wait. You know what? She might be the best. She might be the best. I know it's early to judge that, but still, she might be the best. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Akatsuki. I was just talking to Satsuki about you. I'm sure you remember her. I simply nodded, avoiding making a much of a big deal about her. Satsuki. Oh yeah, the archer babe. Yeah, how could I forget? So they all know each other. It seems this makes it a little easier for me. does it? Considering they might know the tennis girl as well. Which apparently is your, like, rival or... no, not really rival. Your... you know... like, you are good, she's evil. Complete opposite. Something that basically doesn't work with you. And so on. Depending on the depth of the relationship, I might be able to exploit this against them. So, Mr. Akatsuki, what brings you here to our clubs? As I was telling Kaina just now, I like doing work in balance, if you get what I'm saying. Toko nodded her head as if understanding. I see. You're lucky to find me here then. We're practicing for our next match at the gymnasium. Are these curses an inconvenience to either of you two? Not really. Well, I could certainly live without them, but there's nothing to do about it. We need to recover. It's our last year, after all. Not to mention that the prefectural is coming soon. They could end up blocking our participation if we fail any more tests. That's why we need to take this with a cool head, I know. You're always so wise, Toko. I noticed how warm Aina's smile was towards Toko. Perhaps I shouldn't put too much thought into it. Yet. Toko then looked at me. She made a soft smile towards me, keeping her cool manners from before. I look forward to our lessons, Mr. Akatsuki. Toko sighed while eyeing Aina constantly. Aina just smirked at her while addressing me. Mr. Akatsuki, could you please excuse us? I just remember we had an important thing. It's fine. I mean, our lessons won't begin until tomorrow. I still have to make preparations. Thank you! And just like that, the two attractive girls left to places unknown. Interesting. Alright, I think my imagination is going wild about where, maybe not where they went, but what they will be doing in the place I don't know they went to. The sudden appearance from Toko interrupted my nascent conversation with Aina, but it also saved me that I was looking for her. The way Toko was looking at Aina was also suspicious. Chuckle. Keeping this in mind, I left for my next destination. Alright, the running girl or football girl? Now that's the question. Damn, it's a bit hotter than expected. Only as I arrived at the truck did I realize how hot the day still was. Still, it's all too late for it to be like this, no? I sighed in resignation while looking for my next student, but unlike the others, the principal had barely talked about her. She was supposed to be some reserved girl. Quite strange for a star athlete. Not really. Okay, it's true. Unfortunately, in most cases, recently at least, the loud types are making it true. And unfortunately, for some reason, they are the people that the young people, basically, yeah, those loud guys are the people that children basically look up to. And that's the most ridiculous thing possible, because unfortunately the loud ones doesn't necessarily, and in most cases, mean intelligent ones being basically a good example to people, to children, what? To young people. Whatever. Anywho, yeah. Okay, although I didn't stand out as badly as I did with the other clubs, my caution wasn't any less than before. I shouldn't have so much trouble finding a girl like this. While striding around the truck, I spotted someone that caught my interest. The girl stared at me as soon as I got closer, and I stared back. Her pretty blue eyes were gentle, and just by looking at them, I sensed that she was tired. This must be Araki. Her demeanor was an obvious giveaway. Smiling to approach her. Good evening. Are you Miss Shinjugai? The girl took a while to respond, but she eventually nodded. What's with this girl? We kept staring at each other for a few good minutes. I tried my best to act cool and friendly. I'll be your tutor from now on. I just wanted us to get acquainted.
I see.
Her voice was soft, almost like a whisper. Also, I think the name should disappear at this moment. Damn, she's cute. Are you feeling okay?
I don't know you.
What? Don't worry. I'm just here on behalf of the principal.
Miss Akiyama had told me about you, tutor, but
What?
I thought you would be older.
Well, she's certainly a peculiar girl. Kind of strange for a girl like that to think about at first. Older. As in?
Well, you look like a student. I thought you were one.
Well, I was a student here after all.
Oh, you were?
Harem seemed to liven up a bit more. Yeah, I graduated only a couple of years ago.
Ah, that explains it now.
She's very cute indeed. We want to see how to break her. God damn it. Yo. I feel like this text basically reveals what I might dislike about the game. Because it's literally not my type of thing. Alright, I took a step closer. I then heard someone approaching us. Turning to see who it was, and it was the teacher approaching us. Yowza! Ignoring me, the teacher addressed Araki.
Araki, you should get going home. We'll be closing the school soon. But
Come on, don't bother the intern any further.
Yes, Professor Akiyama.
The white-haired beauty in her glamorous fashion turned to look at me. Are you in the intern, Shinn Akatsuki? Yes. That tone of voice. I got a bad feeling about it.
Why are you coming out all the way here, Mr. Akatsuki?
I couldn't help but laugh nervously.
Please call me Shinn. Mr. Akatsuki, please answer my question.
She seems pretty nosy, but I wonder how sharp she is. Apologies, Miss Akiyama. That was rude. Ridan kept staring back at me with a cold expression reminiscent of Satsuki. Gee, this woman is sure uptight. I should have introduced myself to her. After all, you're Araki's teacher, are you not?
Indeed. Miss Takatsukasa told me you had been searching for them.
I thought it would have been Ritsuka. What a relief.
It seemed odd. A de facto intern going on his way to look for his students by himself.
Rina's gaze was one of a clear disdain, and her smile only made it more obvious. And yet that vicious disdain only made her more attractive. Maybe like from the neck below?
Shinn Akatsuki, I know that you were a student here.
I felt as if someone had poured cold water over me. Shit, could she know about those incidents from before?
Indeed, you were one of the star students here, were you not? It surprised me that we never met.
I see. While trying to keep my cool, I kept thinking. I think I remember this one now. She was Miss Tohno's friend, one of them at least. I don't know why I didn't go after her now that I look at her more closely. I realized it, but I had been staring at Miss Akiyama for a bit too long.
At least be subtler. Know that you're just in there, Mr. Akatsuki. Do not even think for a second I won't keep an eye on you. If I catch you doing anything suspicious, I'll make sure you get thrown out of the school. Besides, I could start asking around about you. I'm sure many people know about your records as a student here.
Could she be getting into what I think? It does, Matt.
It does, really. The courses should last for more than 30 days.
So here, she's spinning half her plan to me. Well, I just stand here. Seriously, she talks way too much. Trying to my best looks and sound polite, I sought to respond to Miss Akiyama. You shouldn't worry, Miss Akiyama. I know my place here. After all, this is essentially a favor to the principal of this academy. Admittedly, I'm also doing this out of nostalgia, at least partly. I'm quite glad that you worry about my performance in these courses. However, it would look bad in my curriculum if I...
Who said I was worried about you?
Whoa, that was unexpected. No, that is the only reason why you would be concerned about my straightforwardness with my students, right? As if writing something, Rina stuttered.
Huh, of course. What else would it be?
What a liar. In that case, Miss Akiyama, I'll leave you here now. I must make some last preparations for the courses. I'll be looking forward to working with you. However...
Sure, go ahead. Just make sure don't do anything rash.
Oh my, worried still?
Of course not. No, please take your leave.
Yes. I kept up my cool act, but deep down. I see now. I held in a cackle. So this how it is, these are my targets. The sporty Araki Shinju guy with a body that is petite and tight. Something that is somehow utterly enticing for me. Then there's a beautiful Toko Takutsukasa. Her gaze is quite sunken and she punks some blush curves in that athletic body of hers. There is Aina. The bubbly cute nature of hers is very endearing. I cannot wait to transform her into an utter degenerate. God damn it. There's also Satsuki Katsuragi. She's such a traditional maiden and an archery star. No less, imagine breaking her to the point that she no longer cares about her very family name. And of course there's Ritsuka. I shudder at the very memory of her. I'll have to be careful with her. I cannot just bet to turn her into a slave. As well, it's not like there aren't special methods for her type. Lastly, there's Professor Rina Akiyama. The name sounds familiar. Really? I really had no plans in going after teachers this season, but Rina had some very plump hips that are simply irresistible for someone like me. There's nothing wrong with having a token adult in a lineup like this. As I was finally alone in one of the hallways, I stamped my fingers in excitement. Now then, let this breaking season commence. Clapping my hands in excitement, I found myself headed to my old classroom out of nostalgia. The classroom was deserted. After all, class had ended hours ago. It's exactly like how I left it. But not quite. I laughed under my breath. Almost as if I summoned my almost as if summoned by my thoughts, there was a knock on the door. Huh? Who could it be? The door slowly slid open. A familiar woman suddenly appeared. Reika? Reika had a serious expression, her icy eyes staring to me. She reminds me of before I trained her. No.
Shinn Akatsuki!
Yes, Miss Tohno. Reika got closer to me, standing only a few centimeters away, her massive chest almost touching my face.
What are you? What are you doing here all by yourself, Mr. Akatsuki?
Did she recover from her training, or is there something else? I hesitated for a few seconds, and before I knew it, Miss Tohno was suddenly clinging to my arm tightly, her body shaking.
Master!
Reika. I should have expected Reika was just keeping up an eye. My only concern is why she kept it up for so long.
She was there like 10 seconds. That's not long.
Reika looked at me with lustful eyes narrowed and a blush over her face.
I missed you, Master.
I couldn't help but grin back at her. My training had certainly been quite effective. I see that you were here for my arrival, Reika. Mischievously, Reika looked around her before leaning closer to my face.
I was the one who insisted to the principal that he hire you.
She followed this with a wink. Oh my. Clever girl. Reika was as if nothing, and she pressed her curvaceous body on me. What? Okay, a sensuous giggle escaped her adult lips.
Will you be obeying me?
I mean, will you be obeying my every command as always, Reika?
Of course, master.
In that case, we have some hunting to do from tomorrow onwards. I will need your help for it. Anything for you?
I mean, anything for you, master.
Reika licked her lips in anticipation. Her eyes wouldn't leave me. Yes, I couldn't be any longer to have Reika help me in this little enterprise. Looking at Reika's voluptuous body intently, my heart raced in excitement as the prospects for my future targets dawned onto me once more. Okay, you have one, why do you need any other? I understand this. This will be a very productive season. Credits, Eureka, Game Director. Tentacle Entertainment Consulting, Game Producer Composer. Interesting name. Swordbreaker, Writer, Story Creator. Yeah, apparently this game is not about sword breakings. Magukapu, CG Artist, Character Design. Material, Background Artist, UI Designer. Lavi, Programmer, Editor, Quality Control. Talar Hakai, Programmer. Serena, Editor. Kitty, Public Relations. And I think that's the person I got the email from. Pretty sure, because I am like not really subscribed, but like written. I don't know how to call it, to be honest. But anyway, I get emails about some. Okay, that was Sugoi? What? Did he say Sugoi? Okay. So yeah, I get emails about some games that I might play and, you know, get some intel about. Anyway, thanks for playing our demo. The following game is a demo release and it is not a representation of the final product, as this work in progress. The version of the game will be different from the demo version. This game is a work fiction. Names, characters, businesses, organizations, places, events, incidents either are the product of the game maker's imagination or are used fictiously and resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, events or locales. It's purely coincidental. Please help support our game's creations on Kickstarter. It wouldn't be possible to do this without your help, and any contributions will be greatly appreciated. Alright. Break the Rematch. That was the demo. Honestly, I will look forward to it because I want to check it. I want to check it, that's for sure. I want to see the final product. The one thing that bothers me is literally the breaking part. I really am not a huge fan of that. And by not a huge fan, I mean I dislike that idea. But whatever. Maybe somehow, and I would really appreciate that, there would be a way to not go with breaking, but having like our freaking protagonist change a little bit and be able to feel and not go after breaking, but go after actual freaking relationship, like a true one. But we'll see. Anywho, if you're interested in supporting the game, Kickstarter, link in the description, as I actually said in the very beginning of the video. And that will be it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Well, if you like it, support the game on Kickstarter. See you in the next game. Bye bye.